You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Splash. I'm Jonathan Jackson. My guest on the show this week is the former co-host of The Dick Burton Show, as well as an actor and comedian. He is Big Al Muskovitz. Big Al, how you doing?
Thank you very much, Jonathan. I actually wasn't a co-host. I sidekick. I don't. Yeah, let's get that. Make that clear. Yeah, there was only one host. That was Dick Burton.
Yeah, and he was a legend in his own right. You know?
Tremendous legend for years, and also inducted the National Association of Broadcasting Hall of Fame. So he the same day actually that Regis Philbin was inducted into the TV part of the National Association of Broadcasters Hall of Fame out in Las Vegas. That was a huge day.
No way.
Yeah. But listen, I'm here. Let's
That's
talk
right.
about
That's
me.
true. That's true. Let's focus on you.
I owe a great deal to Dick Burton. He's doing great, and I would not have had the career if it were not for him, that's for sure.
How long were you with him and his show?
You know, it was a total of 18 years, Jonathan. I started out part-time with him for 4 years, and then when we moved over to WMC, CBS, although it went through many gyrations of who owned that station, but 14 full-time years over at WMC, and now I fill in on a fairly regular basis for Mitch Albom on WJR.
All right.
Got to get a plug in there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we love Mitch here, too. He's
a
great guy. So.
Yep, absolutely.
But when you were on the Dick Burton Show,
Yeah.
now you did a lot of like sidekick characters, voice acting, stuff like that. That's your specialty.
Yeah,
right?
a whole myriad of things. I started out basically as, one of Burton's people doing voices, and started doing voices like Bill Clinton, stuff like that. My wife's back in it. She's in it to win it. I want to be back in the White House, Jonathan. And then, of course, George Bush came along, gave us 8 years of material. But you know what the difficult part is this current election cycle is very difficult because it turns out that on both sides of the aisle, the candidates are funnier than the comedians. So this is posing me a big problem.
It is, I bet.
Yeah.
And when you're on Mitch's show, I mean,
Yeah.
do you still do the characters and voices, or are you more seasoned serious?
You know what? It's a combination, but it's mostly being the host, but I keep it pretty lighthearted. Mitch Albom is a brilliant guy with going in a million different directions of topics that he does. But I'm a humorous or comedian, and so I don't get too heavy. When I co-host, we do it a little differently, but Ed Kelly, who's one of my co-hosts when I sit in for Mitch, is a brilliant voiceover person, and he does a lot of character voices. But I'll sneak a few in there once in a while. But when I do my speaking engagements, I definitely try to throw those in.
That's good.
Yeah.
So also, let's talk about acting, voice acting specific, but also you have done actual acting too, right?
I have, and because of my tremendous popularity in television, your ratings right now are probably going through the roof.
That's right.
But when I got out of radio, and Dick Burton retired in 2010, my first job that I auditioned for, and I do quite a few auditions for voice, not many acting jobs, as you can rightly see why, is that I actually auditioned for Detroit 187. Do you remember that show that was shot here in Detroit?
Yeah, one season, unfortunately.
One season. It got better as the show went on. I was really hoping it would stick around. Well, I had my 15 seconds of fame on that show. I actually auditioned and won the speaking role of a polka band leader on the first episode that was shot in Detroit after the pilot. So I was on set and had like 4 lines, if you include commas. And that was my big break on ABC TV, and I have not, to my knowledge, done any more television shows since then.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, but it was great winning an Emmy for it. So.
Do you even know how to, polka, or was it more of just a...
I actually, honest to goodness, had a few words that were in Polish. I called a couple, like, punchki stores and Polish restaurants to ask how to say this stuff. And so I did my research,
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I did
good.
my research. But that was fun. It was a great experience. It was.
And there's another character you're also famous for, Queen Elizabeth, is that
Oh,
it?
yes. Thank you, Jonathan.
Royale?
Yes. Well, the Queen kept me quite busy on the radio.
Oh, I'm sure she did, yeah.
But funny story, very quickly, is that when Kate and William got married, I had been off the air, off the Dick Burton Show for, I don't know, maybe a year or two.
Okay.
And I said, oh my goodness, how can the Queen be on the sideline during this huge event?
Yeah, it was all over the news.
Yeah, so I actually dressed dressed up as Queen Elizabeth. I had only done that once before in public for a fundraiser.
Okay.
And so I decided, and Fox 2 News, my Fox Detroit, actually brought me in dressed as Queen Elizabeth, and I commentated and did some commentary on the wedding as Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, look, aren't they beautiful, those two? They're fantastic. You get to wave and everything.
Of course.
Yes. So I, my kids and wife sincerely appreciated seeing their father and husband dressed up in a dress on Fox 2. But
Not humiliating at all, just fun.
well, they trust me, they had to put up with a lot of humiliation for many, many years. They still didn't get accustomed to it, and I don't blame them.
Mm-hmm.
But proper therapy has gotten our family back in line.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
That's also
yeah.
good.
So anyway, but you can see I'm desperate for attention. I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm so glad you had me as a guest. So
All right.
yeah, and I also keep busy. I write a humor column for the Jewish News, and I do speaking engagements. Can I get a quick plug-in for how people can get a hold of me?
Go ahead, Dick.
That's laughwithbigal@gmail.com, or visit laughwithbigal.com, which has not been updated in about 3 years, and my kids won't help me do it anymore.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it is. I'll hire you. You're young. You know about this stuff.
Get a younger person help you out
Give
there.
a few bucks on the side. You'll help me with my website.
No problem.
Yeah.
Well, Big Al, thanks for joining me today.
My pleasure.
We loved having you here.
I loved being somewhere. This is my next big break, kid.
From here, it can only go up.
It can only go up. That's what everybody keeps telling me.
Once again, my thanks to Big Al for joining me on this show today. And, of course, catch him on Mitch Albom's show.
I fill in from time to time. I put it on my Facebook fan page.
There you go.
You can find out when I'm going to be on.
And look at also his website as well for more information.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Thank you.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Big Al.
All right.
Thanks for watching a segment of The Splash. To catch the entire show or other segments, watch us on Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv and listen to us on WBLD 89.3 The Lakes FM.